Welcome to the show, and I'm excited to share the topic of this episode, and that topic is energy. I have a question for you. How are you going to direct your life if you have low energy? Have you ever had low energy and then you just don't go after the thing that you know you wanted to go after or the promise you were supposed to keep to yourself? Yeah, me too. I know how that is, and I do not like it. So I generate my own energy. I really practice things that help me stay engaged and enthusiastic. I like to stay healthy because health is a big component of energy. And there are so many components I'd like to share with you today that help me gain this energy. By the way, I only drink one coffee a day, and I didn't start drinking coffee until about 2 years ago. And I pretty much had this much energy all the time. And people ask, how do you have this much energy? And the real truth is I get excited and I envision what's going to happen the rest of the day or next week. And that excites me. And this is true for everyone, but most people do not spend time on their vision. They spend time watching other people act out their visions, which is kind of sad. And we all do it from time to time, but that's why I'm here to remind you, you don't have to. You can get back on track, and this is the way you direct your life. With some energy and some awesome quality mindset. That was what episode 1 was about. I think they go hand in hand because if you have the right mindset, the growth mindset, you know if you're a little tired, but you still go to the gym, you're going to gain that energy a little later. And that's exactly what happened today. So I was surprised this morning, guys, because last night I went to sleep, or I went into the bedroom at 11 p.m., which is early for me because I've been waking up too late. I probably fell asleep around midnight. And then guess what? I rolled around in bed, woke up at 9:30. I still was a little tired. I have the luxury to be able to stay another couple hours in bed, so I did on this day. And it was almost 12. And in my calendar, it said 12 p.m. to 1:30, go to the gym. Yeah, that didn't happen. I was slowly waking up, walking around the house. My head didn't hurt or anything, but I was like wondering, what did I do wrong? I went to bed early. Why can't I feel good when I wake up and have the energy? So I decided to think it over. Okay, I must go to the gym. I want to keep the promises to myself. The great Ed Mylett, he always says that, keep promises to yourself so then it carries over to the next endeavor you have. And I do not like breaking promises to myself. And if you start doing that, guess what? You're not going to have the energy for anything you want in life because you're kind of having that attitude of, well, it's okay. I mean, I don't have to. Because even if you break the promise to yourself of something small, it carries into the bigger things. I digress. I had to get to the gym because I knew I would be filming this. And by the way, this is for YouTube and audio. So if you like my face, check me out on YouTube. If not, go to the podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. But I said, I need energy because I want to share about energy later. So what did I do? I went to the gym after probably about 2 hours of waking up. I take a while to wake up, reading a little bit of my book, practicing my Rubik's Cube. That's my new obsession currently. And I finally found myself saying, all right, if I go to the gym, it's going to pay off because I can meditate in the sauna. I can just harness the energy it gives me as long as I don't overdo it. And that's what happened. It gave me energy. So I went to the gym. I did my timer, 10 minutes, stretch kicks, some handstand things I like to do. I just did 25 minutes of actually pumping and lifting. Then I stretched. But I did something that I hope you try out if you don't. I actually, while I was stretching, I was just visualizing how I'm going to do the show. I have a long way to go to really get the flow and make the show work how I want it. But I thought, how can I do this better? How am I going to feel sitting in the chair, talking to the camera, to you? I'm alone here. I'm just going off of some of these notes I wrote down, just some key points, but this isn't a script or anything. So I need the energy so I can go off the cuff and just be improvising and feeling good and having fun. So I thought about that while I was stretching. Then I went to the sauna. If you go into the sauna, it kind of forces you to meditate. So I did put an earphone on and had some meditation music. Just close my eyes. I'm just letting things go. and setting good intentions. And I'm thinking, all right, after I run that errand, I'm going home, I'm setting up the studio, and I'm going to shoot a couple episodes here. And that's what happened. It really helped. So why am I sharing that? Because I'm pretty energetic most of the time, but when it is the fact that I have low energy, I have to remind myself the things I do will generate the energy. And it's not exactly the things you eat. Of course, the healthy or not so healthy things you eat matter. And that's another idea here I want to share. I learned from all the research that if you're tired today or feeling horrible today, you really need to look the last 72 hours. Because if you ate that bad, greasy, nasty food you shouldn't have eaten 2 days ago, it's still in your system and it's not helping you function right. If you miss sleep the other day, obviously last night, but if it was 2 days ago, 2 days in a row you had bad sleep, and then last night you had good sleep, you're still figuring it out. So I want you to focus on the last 72 hours if you want more energy. And the whole essence of this episode is you need energy to direct your life and to make things happen that you want happen. Because what do you have? You have this one life that you deserve to live well. And guess what? If you live your life well and you have the empowering moments of giving back, that's what will happen. People will enjoy your presence more. They'll enjoy your energy more. So it's just this win-win thing. And we all know this. You're here. You're probably pretty good at energy, but we all could want some more. And we all need reminders how we can harness the energy again. So another way to remember how to gain your energy and keep your health where you need it, it's an acronym. And I learned this from Brendon Burchard, and it is MEDSRX. MEDSRX. You probably know this, but it's a good time for the review because how often are you practicing this? Meditation, first one. That's what the M stands for. Are you meditating at least a couple minutes a day? And that just means shut your eyes and think, all right, what's happening in my day? What am I grateful for? Or just saying a mantra. It could be super simple. I like about 15 minutes. My mind wanders, and meditation isn't about being perfect and peaceful the whole time. It's actually just a practice of focus, bringing back the wandering mind. If you're creative and kind of a freak like me, you're going to think about all these cool, crazy ideas you have. And when you meditate, just kind of bring it back and say a mantra like, all right, I'm going to have some peace. I'm going to have some peace. Then I'm going to go after that goal. So that's M. E stands for exercise. Are you moving? Did you walk? Today I went to that gym. I felt great. I usually go 2 times a week, Monday and Fridays. I try to stay in the gym for an hour max. I'm not one of those guys that's in there for 2-3 hours. If you're a bodybuilder, that's cool. If you're not, you're wasting your precious time. Okay, yes, I said it. So get yourself moving, and your brain grooves when you move, and then you get more energy, and it's great, okay? MEDSRX. So D is diet. What are you eating? I'm not going to share what you should or shouldn't eat. You need to get a little obsessed. You can't dabble in health and expect great results. You really need to be involved. You need to research. If you haven't read a few, and that's 3, a few books on health, and maybe taken a health course, maybe watch some of the YouTube stuff out there. It's great stuff. If you haven't, this is the time. Make this the episode that changes the way you think about diet and get excited about it. And you know what? Have 1 or 2 days a week where if you feel like having a donut, have it. But eventually you're not going to want it so much. Now, yes, I still want pizza, and I have pizza like once a week. But I try not to get the greasy ones. I try to get like the nice ones. And oh man, I wish it was a Friday. But hey, I'm going to have to wait. Okay, moving on. MEDSRX. So the S is for sleep. I just finished reading 1 book on sleep, and then a sleep course with Michael Bruce. You should check him out. He's really cool. You need to know your chronotype. I'm just throwing quick stuff at you that you might want to look up. You might already know this, but you have to find your chronotype, and that just means are you a night owl or a morning person? But he has 4, And it's really cool to know which ones you are and what you should do and how you can help serve yourself and stay in your chronotype. You don't want to try to be an early bird if you're a night owl, which he calls a wolf. I'm a wolf. I don't want to be asleep at 7 p.m., 8 a.m., or 9 or 10 p.m. I want to go sleep probably midnight. That's just a good time for me. I get really excited and I get more energy from 7 p.m. and on. It's kind of weird. That's me, though. If I change it, it messes things up, and I notice. And perhaps that's why I lagged with the energy today, because I went to sleep an hour and a half earlier than I usually do. But you got to try. You got to be the experimenter. Get curious. Get a little more obsessed about these things, and your life will be easier and more fun to direct yourself. Because if you have low energy, guys, others direct you. Your inbox directs you. All the phone flipping directs you. By the way, you're low on energy. Stop doing so much scrolling. Put a timer on the phone. There is something in the iPhone. I'm sure it's on most phones. You can actually set the social apps or any app you want to kind of get killed after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. And it shows you've expired your time. And this is important. And if you think, oh, you must have a problem if you need to do that on an app, then that's the fixed mindset, because you need to admit that not everyone is perfect and not everyone can just manage those things. And, we all get sucked into the social media sometimes, or the silly video on YouTube sometimes. So having said that, are you monitoring the time you spend your energy on? Because if you get drained here and you need energy here, it's not going to work out. All right, moving on. Meds RX. The R stands for relationships. And I love that one. I really do, because if you're around energy vampires, guess what? You're going to get sucked. All the energy is going to leave you, and you're going to have none for yourself, for your family, for your friends. So really pay attention how long you're staying around people that suck your energy. And if you can, limit it as much as possible. I say this all the time. Sometimes you have to let people go. Sometimes you just have to limit people. And, think about, okay, for them, going on a hike is always fun, but I'm not going to discuss my goals. It drains me because they have a fixed mindset. Whatever it is, these are things we need to think about. And then the S stands for supplements. If you do your research and you find certain supplements you think you might be missing and you want to just get that extra boost, you should do it. And recently I've added krill oil to my diet. And I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist, but I've studied it for 20 years and I've just learned a lot. So I can tell you that it's important to know what's going into your body. It all pays off if you're in charge of it. And the only way to manage it is to measure it, right? So then you can change it and you can get the energy you need. Okay, that's the rant on the Meds RX. So what am I saying here? If you want to take control of your life, you do need the energy. And if you don't have it, you got to get in the right mindset to go get it. That's why I said earlier, it makes sense. Mindset helps your energy. But when you're in good energy, you have a better mindset. Think about this. Have you been low energy and then someone says, hey, you want to go do this? It's going to be fun. And you cop out and you say, I don't know. I'm not going to have fun doing that. But then you have energy and someone says, hey, you want to go do karaoke? You might, even if you're shy, you might be like, yeah, let's do it. You're just more in the mood for adventure. And I believe, and I know you probably do too, life is about adventure. It's about many things, but that's one of them. And it's one of the 6 needs to feel alive, isn't it? Growth, right? Okay, recap. You need energy to direct your life. I need energy to give you energy so you go and direct your life. You feel me? The question I have for you is, what can give you more energy that you can implement tomorrow or today if it's not night? It's night here. But what can you do to implement more energy in your life today or tomorrow? Now, the other question, what can you take away that's robbing you, stealing you, draining your energy? Is it the phone thing? Is it the screen time things? Do you need the app that closes your other app in 30 minutes so you're reminded, oh my gosh, I'm draining myself? Or do you need to do what I do? Every 50 minutes when I'm at my desk doing a work session, an alarm goes off. It's right here. It's an egg alarm. It's my favorite alarm because it's loud. And it reminds me, hey, take a break, cover your eyes, get up, walk around, because we have visual fatigue and our eyes are the most used muscle in the body to all my knowledge. But I know I get visual fatigue, so I cover my eyes and I shake it out. 2 minutes to 5 minutes. Taking a walk in between sessions is a game changer and brings you more energy. So what is it for you? What are you going to do to gain more energy? I'm going to beat this like a dead horse. You need more energy. We do. We all do. And when we have more energy, life is magic. And so are you. Now get out there and direct your life.